Hello, my name is Julie Hebert, and I'm with the Hebert Group, and I'm here to go over your benefits, employee benefits for the year beginning May 1st, 2022. It's already time for open enrollment, time to look at your benefits again and review your coverage and make sure everything is the way that you want it to be. This year, we're going to continue the dental, vision, and accident life insurance with MetLife. We're going to continue medical with Blue Cross Blue Shield. And you also have the option for the employee whole life insurance program through New York Life Insurance. So all the benefits are basically staying the same this year. The cost is changing slightly on the medical plans, but everything else is staying pretty much the same. The dental insurance is a PPO plan, meaning that you can utilize dentists inside and outside of the network. We encourage you to use someone in the MetLife PPO network. You can go on to the MetLife website there and find a dentist and follow the instructions. Space City does contribute $5 a week towards your dental insurance plan. And here's just a quick summary of what all is included in your dental coverage. You can go and get your teeth cleaned twice a year with no cost, no out-of-pocket cost to you, and get x-rays done. If you go and they say, oh, Julie, I'm sorry, you actually have a small filling that we need to take care of, and you come back for another appointment, you are going to have a $50 deductible. Then you're going to have that filling covered at 80% and you're going to pay 20%. If they get in there and they say, well, I'm sorry, I thought it was a filling, it's actually a crown, you're going to have that $150 deductible that you're subject to, and then it's going to be covered at 50%, and you're going to cover it 50% up to $1,500 per year. And you can also have orthodontia care for your children up to $1,500 on a lifetime orthodontia care. And there is the price per week. MetLife also offers vision insurance, and you can cover yourself and your dependents through payroll deduction. And we encourage you again to make sure that you're using a MetLife vision provider. We encourage you to go to the MetLife website, look for your zip code. I know that local providers include Walmart Vision, TSO, Berkeley Eye, and American Vest. Again, Space City contributes $1.25 per week for all of your employee coverage on this plan. If you go and get your eyes checked, it's a $20 copay, and then the exam is covered at 100%. You can go get your eyes checked once every year. You can get new frames, and you have an $85 to $150 frame allowance plus a 20% discount after that. So you can get new frames every other year and new lenses every year. Also, eye exam every year. So for the lenses, you have a $20 copay. And then depending on what kind of upgrades you want to your lenses, like coating and transitions and things like that, you will have some additional copay there for those items. So there's the cost. You can cover yourself, your spouse, your children, your family. And again, this is like a cafeteria plan. You can pick and choose who you cover on which plan. So you could cover someone on dental, someone else on vision, someone else on medical. It's not required that you cover all the same individuals under the same plans. For the medical insurance, we actually have the option of 5 different plans. So the first 2 plans that we're going to talk about are HMO plans. HMO plans utilize the Advantage HMO network, which is a much smaller network than the PPO plans. And you'll see there's about a 40% cost savings by using the more limited network. You also are required to select a primary care physician that directs your care. And also be very careful that you use someone in the network, because any out-of-network costs are not covered unless it's an emergency. So under the first plan, you have a $3,000 deductible, 70% co-insurance, maximum out-of-pocket of $8,750. To go to your primary care physician is $50. A specialist is $80. Televisit is $50. Under the other plan, it's a $1,500 deductible, 20% co-insurance. So the insurance company is going to pay $80. You're going to pay $20 once you've met that deductible. Maximum out of pocket is lower at $6,000 for the individual, and your copays are slightly lower. You also have copays for urgent care facilities and emergency room, lab and x-ray, hospital, inpatient, outpatient. These copays on these items do not count towards your deductible, but do count towards your overall out-of-pocket cost. So these are the weekly payroll amounts under the $3,000 HMO and the $1,500 HMO. Down here are the PPO plans. The first 2 plans are more traditional type PPOs. We have a $3,000 and a $1,500. These two plans mirror the HMO plans in that $3,000 has a 70% coinsurance and slightly higher copays, and the $1,500 has a 20% coinsurance, lower out of pocket overall, and slightly lower copays. So these are the same plans, but in these plans, you get to use the Blue Choice PPO network, which is the widest network that Blue Cross Blue Shield has. You also are not required to select a primary care physician, and you do have out-of-network benefits. The third option here is an HSA plan. So this has a $3,000 deductible, 80% coinsurance, maximum out-of-pocket of $6,900. On a high deductible health plan, you'll see here that your first expenses, like when you go to the doctor, get a prescription, all those things, you're going to have to meet the $3,000 deductible before you receive any benefit. So once you've met the $3,000 deductible, then everything will pay at 20%. You'll pay at 20%. The insurance company will pay at 80%. So with that, you can set up a health savings account, which we'll talk about in just a second. Please be aware that if you use a preferred pharmacy on any of the 5 plans, that you'll receive a better prescription drug benefit. If preferred pharmacies include Walgreens, HEB, Walmart, Albertsons, Access Health. CVS is not an in-network provider, so try to not go to CVS just because it's going to cost you a little bit more. Here are the weekly payroll amounts for the $3,000, $1,500, and the HSA, and these again are all part of that PPO network. It's important that you utilize providers that are in the Blue Cross Blue Shield network. This tells you how to go and find a doctor, and make sure you know which network you're looking for. If you're on the first two plans, then you're going to be selecting the Blue Advantage HMO. If you're on these other 3 plans, you're going to be choosing the Blue Choice PPO network. And you'll know this is also noted here under network for both the plans. Network is up here. So please be sure you look and find an in-network provider, because you're going to receive a much better benefit that way. All the plans are eligible to use the service of MD Live. It's a service where you can call and a doctor will call you back and they can take care of some minor illnesses. This might be helpful for those of you that spend a lot of time on the road. Maybe you can take care of some of your medical needs without actually having to go in and see a doctor and sit in a waiting room. We also encourage you to use an urgent care center whenever possible, and to not go to an emergency room unless it is a true life-threatening emergency. The copay is $75 to $100 versus $500 to $600. Watch the name on these facilities. Sometimes these standalone facilities look like urgent cares, but if they have the word emergency room in the name, they're treated as an emergency room. So please use those with caution and only when really necessary. This talks about the health savings account. If you do have that third plan on the PPO with the high deductible health savings where you don't have any first dollar benefits for the first $3,000, you are able to contribute to your health savings account. And that's something that you could set up on your own at your own bank account, and it allows you to save money for out-of-pocket medical expenses and use them to cover that HSA deductible. So you can do things like doctor copays, prescriptions, dental and vision expenses. All of these things are available. There's a big list of them available to you on the IRS website, and I'm happy to visit with anyone that has questions about the high deductible health plan and how that operates. Last year, we introduced an accident plan that MetLife offers. It's basically kind of like an Aflac type plan. It offers a lump sum cash benefits paid directly to the injured person through a covered injury. And in a few pages, I'll show you where everything is and how much it pays for each specific incident. These are the prices for the plan for the bronze, silver, and gold. And again, you can cover yourself and your family. Space City does provide a life insurance policy of $50,000, and it has a $50,000 accidental death and dismemberment rider. And so that's a really nice benefit. It's 100% paid for by Space City. So that is available to everyone. We need to make sure we have current beneficiaries on file and up to date. Sometimes we make changes in our life and we forget to do that. So this is a good opportunity to go through that information. The supplemental life insurance, you're able to buy additional supplemental coverage. If this is your first year of employment of eligibility, you have a guaranteed issue amount of $100,000. Spouses can be insured for 5,000 to 100,000 with guaranteed issue of 25,000 in the first year. And children can be covered from 1,000 to 10,000. You'll be able to see the specific pricing for this when you go through the ease enrollment system. Stephen Hebert offers a simplified issue whole life insurance through New York Life Insurance Company. Whole life offers long-term coverage, guaranteed cash value, and payment through payroll deductions. You can cover yourself, your spouse, and children up to 25. The enrollment's completed separately with Stephen. You can do that over the phone or via email. His contact information is at the beginning of this handout. So other important information, this is open enrollment time. So this is the time if you want to make changes in who you're covering, regardless of the reason, this is your time to do so. If it goes beyond April 30th and you need to make a change, it has to be because you had a life event, such as you had a child, adoption, marriage, divorce, also covers through your spouse's employer, etc. And you need to make sure you notify us within 30 days of those life events so that we can get those changes recorded. This talks about what to do if you leave Space City. This talks about Medicare coverage and how that works. There's some additional information here about how to access your dental benefits. Please know that MetLife does not send dental and vision cards anymore. They're all asking us to step into the digital age. There's a mobile app, there's a desktop application, and you can find your dental card, you can find your providers there, you can get access to your explanation of benefits, all the information that you might need on your MetLife benefits. And this handout tells you how to access all that information. Everything's on an app these days. And here's how to find a vision provider on the app or on the website. This is information for your Blue Cross Blue Shield Blue Access for members. We encourage you again to get online and have that information at your fingertips on your phone. You can get a look at your claims history. You can locate a doctor. You can get a new ID card or pull one up temporarily if you need one. All that information is available at your fingertips there. This talks about getting more value out of your pharmacy benefits, which I encourage you to review. This is a handout on the group accident insurance. So as I mentioned, let's just say that you had an injury to your hip joint and you were on the gold plan, you would receive a $6,000 payment. If you had one finger or one toe and it was injured, it would be $180. On the gold plan, $60 on the bronze plan. So there's payments for specific injuries. There's also payments for medical expenses and hospitalization and using ambulance or air ambulance, which is pretty nice there. There's also an accidental death and dismemberment component. So if you were to die in an accident, this plan would also include a death benefit in addition to what you receive directly through MetLife. So there's a lot of information there about that accident plan. Please review it. If you have any questions, feel free to let me know. Also through MetLife, they have free will preparation services. So you can call and they can help you actually get a will if you don't already have one. We encourage you to do so. There's some instructions on how to do that. So one of the most important things to know is that we are here to help you. Myself, here's my information, my email address and phone number. I work with my husband, Stephen. That's his contact information. If we can ever be of service or help, please don't hesitate to call. And we appreciate you getting your enrollment done, taking care of this year. Thanks so much.